Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and thank you for tuning in. In today's video, I'll be doing a tutorial on how to help you guys line up with the center line better in FSX. There's two ways to do this, or there might be more, but there's just two ways I found most effective. And the first is where you pick out a mark or a gauge or anything on the panel, overhead panel, or the main panel I should say, that will be lined up, line yourself up with the runway. You can see here on the default A321 cockpit or the Project Airbus cockpit, just in between, just left of the nav and GPS hold, that will be a pretty good, where the circle is now, that will be pretty good to line up the runway. This is effective, but it is not the best. And just take a look at this now.
Don't sink. 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 500. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
Approaching minimums.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
Minimums.
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
100.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
50.
Don't sink.
40. 30.
Don't sink.
20. 10.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
500.
The second way to do this is get a piece of string
Don't sink.
and then put it around your screen and the
Don't
center of your screen.
Don't
So
sink.
if you've got a webcam or
Don't sink.
a computer's logo,
Don't
normally
sink.
they place it in the center of the screen,
Don't sink.
just underneath or above. Place a
Don't
string
sink.
around that, which will be indicating the
Don't sink.
center of your screen, which the
Don't
runway
sink.
will be, because the runway is always
Don't
in the
sink.
center of your screen in FSX if
Don't
you are
sink.
lined up properly, like
Don't
this, and
sink.
I'll show you now.
40.
I find
Don't
this
sink.
way more effective for beginners.
Don't sink.
10.
When it comes to 737 cockpits, you can see the line I have to line up with the gauge is different, because every cockpit is different, and for the 737 default cockpit is on the fire warning alarm or just slightly left of it. Like I said before, using a piece of string across your screen would be easier, because you don't have to keep picking out a gauge on every panel, because every cockpit is different. So take a look at this.
Minimums. $100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
And then when we put the line for the 737, you can see the center line will be slightly left of that fire warning bell there.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
When it comes to crosswind landing, it's a bit more difficult to line up with the runway. This is because the nose will not have to line up the runway, have to be lining slightly on an angle to compensate for the crosswind. This is where the gauges and the screens come into play. See on the second screen here where the heading and this is, you see there's one line pointing at 284, and there's another one at a heading of 270. The runway heading is 270, so that line on 270 needs to stay on that, which is the heading which the aircraft is flying at, and the other one, which is the main one, is the nose heading. So to line up, you need to try and keep it on 270, which is this runway heading, and try and keep it steady as possible and use a rudder to compensate. Of course, landing on the center line in a crosswind is pretty difficult, but so just try and do the best you can, just try and not go off the runway. So that pretty much wraps up this tutorial today, so let's go over the most important things. So like I said, the best method is to get a piece of string and run it up and down on the center of your screen. So if you line up with that and the runway's lined up with that string, you're pretty much perfect to go. And the second method, which isn't the best but it still works, is getting a mark or a gauge on the panel that lines yourself up with the runway. And to do this, when you spawn on the runway in FSX, get a mark that's lined up with the runway, because when you spawn onto the runway in FSX, it's already automatically lined up with the runway. So that pretty much wraps up this tutorial. And if you have any questions or comments or anything you did not understand, leave a comment below. I'd like to thank you for watching this video. You rate and comment because it really helps, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video.